In this video, I'm going to be explaining and reminiscing back to the times when Andrew Tate in 2022, how he became the most searched man on the internet. I'm going to be basically reacting to some of his insights, how he managed to take over the whole internet, and I want to break down exactly that. So we're going to be reacting to some videos. Obviously, I'm going to provide you guys with my insights, what I know, their actual system, right? Because I was a part of it, and give you guys some valuable advice.
People talk about how I became the most viral person on the planet. I'll argue the point. Not only did I become the most viral person on the planet, I did it while being heavily shadow banned. They've known about me for a while. They've been trying to shut me up for a while. I've been shadow banned forever. So I became the most viral person.
On YouTube, he was heavily shadow banned because I remember we were instructed that we cannot make content on YouTube because we're just going to get banned, right? Or you had to make content on Tristan, you had to make content on other people. So he is very right about this. Before, on his come up in mid 2022, he was super viral, so everyone was posting him. But by the end of 2022, this was when I started to, get into the affiliate scene. It was like, guys, please don't make shorts on YouTube. You guys are gonna get banned. So yeah, he's right about that, but he still went super viral
because I'm resonating with people who are sitting there going, finally, this makes sense to me. This is how I feel inside. And this guy's finally talking about it. Everything else I consume is telling me to do things that just don't resonate with my truth.
That's how I found him, right? That's how I got into his whole circle. That's how I would say the position I'm in right now is a lot of credit goes to this guy. I'm not even joking when I say this, but now that I have a personal brand as well in my own language, I can comfortably say that when you talk on topics that people are not so afraid to talk about, you get kind of like a cult-ish following and people who are really dedicated to your page and to you as well.
Speaking content being sought after, like clips and content, long format content, speaking content hasn't always been the popular content on the internet. Like it went through phases of pranks, and it's got family channel stuff. We talk about YouTube specifically, but now it's come to a place where this is the most not important. I mean, I think it's the most important content, but it's also becoming the most popular content.
Podcasts are getting clipped everywhere.
It's insane. So you hit right timing as well.
Correct. Yeah. And everyone has ADHD now. I think the world genuinely, I think everybody suffers with their attention span. I could talk even from me from a personal level. Have you ever needed to know how to do something and you try to look up
the whole idea of podcast clipping, the whole how it became popular? It became popular through him. I'm not even joking. The amount of people that got into that clipping scene to push their brand after Tate did it, it's crazy, and it's still relevant, and it's gonna be relevant. It's the most efficient way to keep your brand relevant and to funnel people into your long forms, into your lives. It's just gonna be like that. I would say he's one of the pioneers. He and his team were one of the pioneers to actually push it right to the extreme, to the point where he became, most searched man on the internet and whatever.
TikTok, I think, as a social media, the algorithm is exceptionally smart. Like I said, if I were to tell the secrets of how I've done what I've done, me and my team inside the war room, it's worth billions of dollars. So I'm not going to. But in terms of the way that all the algorithms work,
TikTok's algorithm, he's very right, is one of the most smartest algorithms. Why do I know this? I remember distinctively when I was making shorts on TikTok for him, Tate, I would get banned, right? So this is one thing, that you're getting banned because you're posting Andrew Tate content. I want you guys to understand how TikTok was obsessed with Tate back in the day to make sure that he does not spread like wildfire. Again, you post normal Tate content, you're gonna get banned, right? Then I remember we came up with a strategy in the affiliate campus to, use just his voice. His voice got banned. Think about how crazy that his voice, and we used to have some Ferrari overlays and motivational overlays. His just voice. His voice got banned. And after that, what we did, we blurred his face, we pixelated his face, so everything else was, his arms, his torso, everything else was visible perfectly fine, but he blurred his face. Even that got banned. TikTok's algorithms is insanely smart. It's borderline crazy. So he's absolutely right on that.
I can produce a lot of content, and I can do it by being an interesting person who just talks, and that makes me in a unique position in social media, right? So if you look at, because Mr. Beast, actually, Mr. Beast
just said that.
Mr. Beast did a part on me, and he said, yeah, you can do a podcast, you chop it up, then he's all right, it's cool. The reason in my business philosophy and my life philosophy is that efficiency wins, right? If I had to get in a fight in a boxing match, and I had to box someone, I had to be as efficient as possible.
Yeah.
In the kung fu movies, when you see a guy doing a
Yeah.
backflip,
So basically what he's talking about is normal YouTubers, they have to do like really crazy stuff, right? You have to go out, you have to do some of these crazy challenges just for one YouTube video. How he blew up, the core reason is because he's such a good speaker. No one can deny that. He's such a good speaker that he can just sit and content is just produced by him just sitting there. That's efficiency. You have to be really efficient. And to this day, I implement this method. My personal brand, which has 16,000 followers, I do this exact same thing. I try to be an interesting person. I just sit in my car, I drive to my gym, which I'm already going to do, and I just talk about things, factual things, which are going to rile people up, get me engagement, get me likes, get me views, and it worked.
You started this method where you went on every single podcast, but that wasn't true in the beginning.
no, absolutely not.
You would go on a podcast for 2 hours, but you would say so much shit that you could clip up that he thinks he's like, I got to go on every single podcast in the world to accomplish what you do.
This is also another thing. Not everyone can replicate what Tate did. I try to replicate his method a lot. It's hard to do. You cannot just, sit there and talk for hours and clip up things and expect to get a lot of views. No, you have to articulate things in a way that people will, resonate with you, or people will be against you, or people will support you, right? It's an art. By the way, if you guys want to learn how to create viral short form content, how to get started, I have a free school community below that you can join. Make sure to check it out, and I'm going to personally DM you when you join as well, so please make sure to reply to the DM as well inside of school. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm going to get you guys inside.